Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Patience once again. I decided to come at you guys with a little new one. I just wanted to inform you guys that it was actually my intention to upload a video for you guys talking more about the people of England and their behavior, not just towards civilians that live within the country themselves, but also for tourists, with not just their behavior, but their manners and respect when taking into this the streets into consideration. I know their works might be done in a discreet kind of way, so their discretion may be pardoned in many ways, but I think personally that is something that should be addressed. I think it's something that should be addressed quite headstrong on, and brought to the forefront and dealt with immediately, because I've lived in England since the day I was born. And since the day I was born, me and none of my family members, that be and friends, associates, and those alike, have been happy with the level of hygiene when considering this aspect. So these are some of the things that I wanted to bring on to you guys for this video. There were other aspects, very important and touchy aspects that I wanted to bring on to you guys, which I thought would have been important for us to hear, to ensure that we understand just how important these facts and matters are to me, that I'll also be pushing on to you guys. As you know, this was something that I wanted to talk to the Prime Minister about, but in return, or in response, I didn't have no response, so I have to take it as this addressing in this issue was not important enough for the people of England, and not important enough for the Prime Minister himself to listen to, take into consideration. Hence why I'm here talking to you guys. Meanwhile, I'm in England, still having to abide by laws, as we all do, and unfortunately that also involves having to deal with neighbours that even now as I speak, nuisance, shouting behind the walls the first thing in the morning, like they're trying to provoke either me or my family members. And at particular times of the days, they will start, mostly the females, will start banging on the walls and drilling on the walls. So it makes it hard for people like myself living in England to have to deal with and put up with such behaviours, and the English people themselves, and having to live by the laws that the English people will sanction upon us. So these are some of the things I was trying to address you guys with, and some of the things that I will have weighed in. And the 1st of December was the day that I was hoping to drop this video, and I've been holding on to this video for a long time, and if I weren't going to drop it on the 3rd, then I was going to drop it on the 24th of December, because I thought there would have been very important dates for us to hear and listen to what I had on mind, because I know there's a lot of us that do feel the same way, because I've heard a lot of us speaking, and so the louder our voices are, the chances that the Prime Minister, or it's a greater the chance the Prime Minister is likely to listen to us, which is a greater the chance we're likely to see cleaner streets as well as behavioural patterns, because it is hard to say that you're going to go to work and your manager's going to tell you to wash your hands and clean your hands, but they live disrespectful lives, at least if not at home, then on the streets where we be living our lives, going to daily work, playing in the parks, etc., 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 and having to put up with lawbreakers, as it were, but then trying to, pertain to the law, ensuring that no one's acting up or acting out the way in any ways, which I do respect and I truly do value, but it makes it a bit tricky when considering some of these things, taking respect or levels of respect into consideration and what that means. I was going to come from actually another angle this time, because I know I've been talking a lot about hygiene and where that leads. I've been talking a lot about the war and where that leads, and this was going to take on a very another important aspect. And if you really listen to my uploads properly, then you probably be able to predict and suggest where that conversation was going to go. I've made advances to police in the past, and in ways I feel like they don't take my accusations seriously. Never had being dealt with in the wrong way. I can honestly forward, but at the same time I feel like their services could have been forwarded in a much better fashion. I guess you could say it is easier for an ethnic person of a someone from a different ethnicity, or different origin, I guess you could say, of citizenship, to be dealt with in an unfair fashion, as to those that are familiar with how things may function. And so these are the things that I want to try and to address, because I feel like it's more than important, knowing the kind of guy that I am and the kind of situations that I'm being forced to deal with, which would indicate that ones know how to and when to take advantage of not just vulnerable people, but people that are also of the law. So my point here being is, if you do want to get more information out of me, and you're feeling the same ways, and you want to make up more noise so that the Prime Minister and those guys alike are able to hear our I guess you could say messages, so as to listen to us a bit more directly, be sure to check out my channel Patients Providing Discussions, where you hear just how deeply I'll be talking about us as a people, the British and the English people, and the problems that I think we're having to deal with, and solutions of how I believe we could handle some of these problems that we're dealing with. Anyway, guys, it's your boy Patience. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. Thumbs, likes, over and out. Also, guys, I'd like to address that a lot of my I won't necessarily say accusations, but a lot of my thoughts, my feelings, and my explanations are stuff expressed by myself. It's not me speaking. It's not me speaking in behalf of anyone else. This is me, meaning that no one else close to me, or in association with me, have shared heartfelt opinions to motivate me or to inspire me to create these uploads. Not family, not friends, not associates, or anyone that I've met on a regular basis in any way, so as to conspire, as it were. None of that has taken effect in my life. This is me just sharing my own opinions, because this is how I've been feeling, and this is I feel like it's stuff that we shouldn't be accepting. I think that it's stuff that I've heard conversations about on the news. I've heard it on like Talk Time and all this stuff, on the political channels. I've heard little talks about it here and there, and I've never really seen a change. The biggest change I've seen is just pick up your donkeys. Not that this is what this is specifically about, but that's a part of it, and it covers a hell of a lot more ground as well. And this is where I think reaching out to most people would be good, so that the government of the UK can see just how important this situation actually is, and how effective it is for us as citizens in the UK as well. So that's where this is coming from. It's not something that has somewhat taken inspiration in my life from an alien source. This is something that I've acknowledged, something that I've surveyed, and something that I've paid close attention to, and something that I'm seriously not happy with. And I think it's unfair that us as normal citizens, whether aliens or not, have to be dealing with and putting up with this kind of nonsense, as well as having to keep a friendly face on a day-to-day basis. So that's the standpoint that I'm coming from, as well as such having to appreciate and abide by the law, and not taking into consideration that certain things are being broken without being checked in a certain fashion and manner. So it's kind of hard to say what ones can and can't do, whilst on the other hand we're seeming to allow stuff to just slip beneath the table. So that's the angle that I'm coming at. I hope you guys can see where I'm coming from. I would like to get a result to this situation, because I find it hard to get by on a day-to-day basis. I know many people have major responsibilities and have had responsibilities for a long time, so it's hard to just say that you want to switch from one thing to another. It's hard to kind of like change your lifestyles in certain ways, but I believe that it is something that needs to be addressed seriously. So it's your boy Patience. I hope you like what EBCs and it hurts, and leave your thumbs, your likes and your comments down below, and if you have any queries, guys.